Hi, this is Rachel Nolan, and this is my case study, Parental Apathy. So a brief overview of this case. Miss Rose is a brand new assistant principal, fresh out of college. She is struggling to address the non-existent parent involvement at her new school. We have a principal that isn't helpful, parents that appear to be apathetic, so we're going to explore what she should do about this case. So first, category one is what is the problem? So going over what we know that Miss Rose is a brand new assistant principal, but because she's so fresh out of her program, she knows the value of relationships with the community. The school has no parent groups. They have no PTA, no PTO. It does appear that they used to have some kind of parent group at some point, but they have nothing right now. When we talk to the principal, we find out the principal thinks it's better to leave the parents alone because he thinks that if they're pushed into participation, they might resent that and be angry. He also insists that he has a finger on the pulse of the community, that by parent emails and phone calls, he kind of knows what the parents are thinking and feeling. We know that Miss Rose brings up creating a parent group, and the principal surprisingly agrees. He doesn't want a PTA or PTO, but he does agree to set up just a maybe temporary group. And they send out an announcement with the students on a Friday afternoon to have a meeting on Monday evening, so pretty short notice for that. When they do have the meeting, only 8 parents are in attendance, and then the principal doesn't want to continue because he thinks that the 8 parents that are there are not going to be a representative group, and that it was too few parents, and so the principal doesn't want to proceed with the meeting. There's a lot of things that I don't know that I really think are important to know. First of all, who are the parents that showed up? What are they like? Is it an unrepresentative group? I would want to know who they are. I also want to know the socioeconomic conditions of the school community. I don't know if the parents are working at night and that's why no parents showed up. I don't know if this is a wealthy community. We also have no idea what age range the school serves, if they're elementary parents or high school, middle, which could make a huge difference in what parents are willing to do. And why did the former parent group disband? I want to know what it was like before, how long ago it disbanded, and why. And finally, if there's any kind of school newsletter, is there any effort on the administration or the school to reach out to parents currently? So my plan of action would be to definitely hold the meeting with those 8 parents. I don't want to send them away if we invited them to come talk and they made the trip out there. So I would just invite it open as like an open discussion. So I want to talk to the parents about their feelings about community involvement, find out what the community dynamic is, especially because Miss Rose is a brand new assistant principal. She might not be from the area, and so she needs to find out what the community is like, and then gauge their interest in starting a parent advisory committee. If those 8 parents are committed enough to show up on such short notice, they might be great to start this committee and then to open it up to other parents later. I would meet with the new parent advisory committee, granted those parents are interested, set up regular meetings with that group and make sure that meeting dates are well known to other parents. I would want them published on the website and then given far in advance so that other parents can attend. They can make arrangements to go if they are passionate about that. I would want a planned vision for the group, starting with community outreach objectives. And then finally, if there isn't a school newsletter, that needs to start right away. And then finally, that group can start planning a parent or community night at the school, something like a barbecue at school or a carnival or a movie night. It could be a movie night's pretty simple, just have kids come and put on a movie and have the parents come, maybe bring a picnic, something like that. So I would want to start building something like that further down the line once we have parents more invested and more parents coming to these meetings. It needs to be publicized well in advance so families have time to show up. And the students should be excited about it at school. So really the plan is to get families engaged and having fun at school and have this well-known published event. So category 3, resolution of issues. By meeting with that small group of parents and forming a group, I think the rest of the parents are going to see that the school cares and is open to their input and listening to them. It seems like the school so far is not soliciting any input from parents, and that's probably why they're so apathetic and turned off. But now that they know that the school is listening, I think they will want to speak up more. And then when parents feel like they have input, they have more vested interest in the school and the success of their kids. Students are going to benefit from this relationship between their parents and the school because parents are going to know what's going on. They're going to ask their students about school. They'll be more likely to reach out to teachers, and it'll be good all around for the kids. By making those meetings public and giving advance notice, I think more parents will be able to attend. Without knowing the economic status of this community, I'm not sure if all the parents work nights or not, but certainly more than 8 parents are available any given night, and so I think giving advance notice to those parents is really going to help get more people involved. And then holding an event at school, students are going to see their parents at school interacting with their teachers. They're going to know that this is a team working together for them, modeling positive relationships. And so it'll be a really good way to get everyone engaged. So what I was thinking, feeling, and valuing, I was thinking that there's so much that I don't know in this situation, that it's really hard to plan around the community. And so it would be important for Miss Rose to do a community survey and find out what the groups are in her community, what the parents are like, what their jobs are, in order to try to reach out to them more personally. I was feeling that it's a big task to try to get parents involved for the first time. I've been the coach of teams and running clubs, and trying to get even a few parents involved in volunteering to start out is difficult. And so I really have empathy for Miss Rose trying to take on that huge task. And then I also value the parents' time. I don't know if it was sent out like a paper in a kid's backpack. I don't even know if parents saw the notice. If they did, it was like, did they have time to get off work or plan for a babysitter? It's really, the short notice was difficult, and I'm surprised any parents showed up at all with that such short notice. And they have a lot on their plates, and taking the time to meet at school really shows that they care. Issues that are still unresolved. Parent interest is still going to be low. I think this is not going to change overnight. This really needs to be a community building effort, and keep ramping up over time. I think the principal might still be apathetic towards this community outreach, especially if he doesn't see a lot of progress right away, like he saw that only 8 parents showed up initially. And then if those 8 parents lose interest in the group or aren't interested in the first place, then this totally needs to take a different course. So standard 4 is that an educational leader promotes the academic success and personal well-being of every student by promoting communities of engagement for families and other stakeholders in the school's community. So addressing component 1, how I promoted the academic success of every student, by reaching out to the parent community, we're building relationships, and then teachers and parents are more likely to see each other as part of a team. I know teachers can be hesitant to reach out to parents, parents can be hesitant to reach out to teachers, and the better they know each other, the better this is going to all work together for the student. And then creating a newsletter will let parents stay informed of what's happening at school. They'll know the important meeting dates, they'll know important events at school, assemblies, things like that, and then they can get more involved in their child's education, and then the kid is going to know that they have a teammate in their parent helping them succeed as well. Component 2 is how did I promote the personal well-being of every student? I think facilitating relationships between the school and the parents is really modeling some great communication skills for the kids. They can see their parents interacting positively with their teachers, wanting to be at school, helping out, learning that school is something of value, that their parents are taking their time to help out at school, so school must be really important. And then setting up a community night is going to bring all those groups together that might not have otherwise interacted. So bringing students to school and letting them have fun at school shows them that school is a fun and safe place to be, and then it'll have those positive feelings associated with being at school. And component 3, how did I promote communities of engagement for families and other stakeholders? So giving more advance notice and opening the parent advisory group to all parents is really going to make it easier for each parent to be involved at a level that's appropriate for them. So they don't have to join a committee. They can just come to the meeting once. If once is all that they can handle, that's great. We want them there. We don't want to make these parents commit to a huge thing that's going to be meeting all the time. We really want to make it so that every parent can contribute as much or as little as possible for them. And then planning a community night is this big task, and so it can get a lot of people on board. We can have parents taking charge. We can have parents just doing a quick shopping trip. We can have parents doing one little thing, but even getting them involved in one little thing is perfect. Getting teachers and school staff and everyone working together is really a fantastic thing to do. And then even parents who can't help out with the planning can still attend and have fun with their families while they're there. And so I hope with all these steps in place that would really start to build parent and community engagement at this school and make the whole situation better for parents and teachers and kids and administration. Thank you.